What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion, and this V4 SP2 is getting the carbon subframe. Extra pretty. So guys, this is kind of a special episode. It's not Daniel behind the camera, you can't see him, but my good buddy 650 Eve is in town.
They can hear me.
And that's why we're kind of working late. It's 8:45 p.m.
Yes.
And we're going to try to get this bike ready, and we're going to install the carbon subframe.
Yes.
Because 650 Eve is in town. And whenever he comes, he always has something cool, like this Panigale V4R that he brought.
Yeah.
The brand new bike. We did some work on it. We're not going to put this on our channel of what we did, but go check out 650's YouTube channel.
But it's suffice to say, you made it absolutely beautiful, Manny.
Oh,
absolutely
thank you.
Beautiful.
Yes, so we'll probably do a walk around. Not probably, most likely I'm going to do a walk around before this bike leaves Miami.
Yes.
But for now, my good buddy Michael is here. So we're going to be installing the carbon subframe on this bike. We did fix the oil leak, guys, on the last episode. But before we go ahead and put the exhaust on, we put some oil in it already. And before we put the exhaust on, I really want to change the carbon subframe. It's dragged on a little bit because we've got too many projects going on. So tonight's crunch time. We're going to get the subframe on. Hopefully we're going to figure out those mounts for the exhaust. We're going to get it on and we're going to go ride some bikes, guys.
Telling me the Ducatis are not happy. Show me this many heat shields on BMW. This one has so many heat shields and still your ass is on fire.
As far as I remember, it wasn't too bad. There we go. The subframe is out, guys. It's got
bolts everywhere.
Yep, those are the subframe bolts. It has a taillight, but it is a pretty heavy piece.
Yeah.
And I believe the subframe actually saves 10 pounds.
Nice.
Which, if you watch our good buddy Jerry Campisi's channel, he's weighed it a while back when he did the 2019, I believe, the V4. I'm not going to weigh this right now because I don't have my proper scale here, but trust us on this. It weighs a bunch of pounds and it's going to look so much nicer. The only problem that we have is the subframe, the carbon subframe, does not have these pieces right here, which are for the rear passenger foot pegs, where our Akrapovic full race exhaust attaches to. We're going to have to improvise something with the brackets to see if we can make it fit onto the subframe. It's totally fine to actually drill into the subframe, guys. It's not an issue, but the problem is it's not flat like this here. It continues on with the contour of the subframe's main frame area, let's say, so that we're going to have to find out how to do that. But for now, let me transfer over whatever we need to transfer over, and then we're going to take some measurements to see where these holes are supposed to be, and then we're going to get on with our subframe install. So guys, it is 12:30,
Yes.
half an hour past midnight, and I think we're kind of losing it because if you come take a look here, Michael Knights built a Slovakian contraption.
Rather rudimentary, I might add.
That centers this exhaust to the middle of the tire, because we're saying that the center point of the bike is most likely the tire's center, because nothing lines up in this way. And he's bending our Akrapovic brackets over here on the vise using hammers and bending the vise arm. Everything is bending.
A skilled tradesman.
Yes, exactly. To get the custom brackets that we talked about onto the subframe, because as you can tell, there's no rear set mounts on here. Not rear set, but rear passenger foot pegs, actually.
Yes.
So right now we're trying to figure out how to get this thing straight and correctly on here, because we're going to have to drill this to bolt our bracket on there.
And that's something you definitely only want to do once.
Yes.
A little bit more, you see.
Well, we got a couple more of these subframes.
So at an enormous expense.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Michael's doing the work, so he doesn't want to blame if it doesn't work out.
Sure.
He's going to pay it.
He'll pay for it in scooters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to have a couple Kimco scooters over here. Actually pretty thick.
And it's not pushing on it.
So we're drilling our brand new carbon fiber subframe, guys. And Michael's doing the work because I need someone to blame. We already made our custom brackets right here. Michael made these. He's a in his past life, he used to be a Slovakian steel worker.
Okay.
Making Slovakian swords.
Yeah, things got we weren't in any wars.
No?
I don't think so.
This looks pretty crude right now, but to me this looks so good when it's actually attached on there. And what we're doing is, all jokes aside, we're trying to attach one side and then we're going to try to center it by doing the other side afterwards. So let's see. He's just cleaning up the edges using a bigger drill piece. Drill bit, actually. Bolts are in like that. It actually sits pretty nicely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You see, guys? Let me see how it looks like. I can be proud of it. Listen.
One of his twins, guys.
Listen.
Yeah, it actually fits pretty good. I'm really happy.
There we go. Can I be hired by Motomillion?
You're already hired. The best worker. Free.
Yes. Yes.
90. I'm proud of it.
So yeah, you think it's straight?
Now I don't care because we can adjust the other side bracket and just move it. I think it's pretty.
But we should tighten. Good. We should tighten this.
Yeah, of course we can tighten. Of course.
Hey guys, it's the next day. We really pushed through. We were out of here at 4:30 a.m. last night. I really wanted to get the subframe on the bike. I know that things have been dragging on with the oil leak this bike had, and going to the oil leak. The oil pan is sealed, I think. We have it full of fluids. We started it inside just to make sure that we could get the oil into the system and run it to see if we're at the correct level. We can't really run it up to temperature indoors. It's we don't have a good air filtration system and we don't want to get carbon monoxide poisoning in here, so we haven't done it, so we're going to get to that. But I'm happy to say the subframe is on, and the biggest challenge with the subframe was this exhaust and mounting it on, because our subframe did not have any kind of mounts on it. And we were thinking we were going to 3D print stuff and scan stuff and get stuff done. But luckily, Michael Knight was here yesterday. I'm calling him the Slovakian metal worker. If you come take a look, this still needs to be powder coated, because we did take the stock mounts that come with this race exhaust, and literally Michael molded them in a way and bent them, and it's not an easy thing. These are, I think these are steel, and they're pretty tough. Like, you can't really bend it that easy. But we spent a lot of time on this and got it to fit beautifully, as you see. And the biggest challenge is, and the biggest challenge was, yes, getting it on there, but getting these exhausts to sit where they are, because when you have the stock subframe, everything is there, you know, all the brackets are there, everything just mounts on. But with this, it wasn't so straightforward. I'm really, really happy that it's done. But also in the process, we filled the oil up, and also we added one small touch over here, because all of the pieces were out. We added our Motocorsa sprocket cover, which is a brand new piece. I think it looks amazing. If we had a little more time, we would have definitely did the chin and sprocket on this bike, but we were so tired. I really just wanted to get out of here. This is the level of work that we do over here, guys. I just wanted to also display that to you, because some people think, yes, that some of the stuff is just bolt-on stuff. I think we've demonstrated with some videos that we do a lot of custom, let's call it. I don't even care to call it custom or not, to be honest, but there's a lot of things that people don't get to see with some of these special bikes that we do, how much work it needs. And let me tell you this, regardless of the fact of how many of these subframes we have, it's never pleasant to drill into this thing. And you could only drill it once. You know, it's not like you could make this Swiss cheese out of this. You technically could, but who wants to have that on the bike? And you don't want to really mess up with the structural rigidity of it. And also, these are for race and road use, so they don't drill the bolts for your fender eliminator in the back. Even just finding a way to clean it up and run the wiring, because these things don't come with instructions. And I'm happy to say that yes, we have the skills to be able to do it, and we have good friends like Michael Knight who come to give us hand to do stuff like this. Because let me tell you this, I don't even know, and I know a lot of good mechanics around, and shout out to those guys. And if you're watching, you know who you are. I don't have to name all of you guys out there, but I can't name one person who would actually want to do this job, unless they're some sort of a very skilled fabricator. But you don't see them with sport bikes like this. They're more on the cafe racer side, that they do very high-end stuff. I'm sure if you give it to them, that they could do it too. But yeah, that's the pride that we take in the stuff that we do. You guys, I guess this was a kind of a behind the scenes video of how do we get this on. It's not our usual video because we really had to press on. And this thing took, I think we started at 7 p.m. We didn't take any kind of breaks. We didn't have dinner. It took us to 4:30 a.m. to get it to this state. The bike starts, it runs, it's got fluid in it, it has oil in it. And on the next video, you guys can expect us to see, put on the body work on it. There's a little bit of a change of plans. We're gonna do a little more work down inside and change other parts. But since this bike has been sitting for so long, I'm itching to ride it. And there's one surprise, 650 Eba's in town. He has this beautiful V4R here, the 2023 V4R, and I'm itching to see the differences and ride them back to back. So on the next video, we're gonna put the body panels on this bike, take this thing out for a ride, enjoy it. And I think the ride video will come after, when we put the body work, to showcase the full carbon SP2 that we've all been dreaming of. But if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.